Today, June 15th, marks 2 years that Summer Wells went missing. And today, there are no new answers, no new leads in this case. Let's dive in. Let's learn a little bit more about little Summer Wells, who was 5 when she went missing, and dig deeper into this case and see if we can find answers. Hi everyone, Empowering True Crime Alex here. And I started my channel after Summer Wells went missing, so I don't have any past coverage of this case. So I'm going to kind of do like a little bit of a timeline, go deeper into some news articles that have been shared on Summer Wells and what happened with her, how she went missing, or allegedly, and then we'll share some updates from Summer's father, Don Wells, and some other things that have come out over the last few days. Before we dive in deeper, if you enjoy my style of covering true crime, I'd appreciate if you like this video and also subscribe to my channel. Okay, thank you, Florida weather. I stepped outside of my house for a minute and it got all frizzy, so thank you. So let's start with a timeline of Summer Wells. This is an article from News Nation. It says, Summer Wells, Tennessee girl missing after 2 years. Summer vanished from her Tennessee home on June 15, 2021. Family believes she may have been abducted, taken down a hill behind home. Her parents passed polygraph tests, were previously center of the investigation. Here's some adorable photos of Summer. There was an Amber Alert for her. So it says in Rogersville, Tennessee, it's been 2 years since 5-year-old Summer Wells vanished without a trace from a small town in Tennessee. On June 15, 2021, Summer's parents said she was helping her mother and grandmother plant flowers before going inside their Rogersville home to play with her toys. Then out of nowhere, Summer vanished. That was the last time her mother said she had seen her daughter. I yelled downstairs for a couple of times and I didn't get an answer, which was unusual because usually she always answers me. So I went down there to check and she was nowhere inside. She was gone, Summer Wells' mother, Candus Wells, said. Her family believes Summer may have been abducted, taken down a steep hill behind the home, possibly to a waiting car along the road. I know in my heart, in my mind, she was abducted, Don Wells, Summer's father, told News Nation. Someone snuck up there and we were not exactly paying attention. And we don't know if they came in the basement and grabbed her or if she stepped outside the basement and was walking to her swing or something. 2 years after her disappearance, that's still all that is known about the last time Summer was seen. Almost immediately, Candus and Don became the center of the investigation, but were never named as suspects. Police remain tight-lipped about Summer's case, and there haven't been any real leads or developments. Recently, the TBI, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, released an age-progressed photo showing what Summer would look like now. They said there is no new information to make public, but they are continuing to chase down leads in the case. The Wells said they had to move from their tight-knit community of fewer than 5,000 people because of all the threats and harassment they received. The Hawkins County Sheriff said the Wells have cooperated, but there is no evidence that Summer was kidnapped or abducted. We have not ruled anything out. Everything is possible, Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson said. Both Candus and Don passed the polygraph test, but Lawson's statement that everyone is still a person of interest is leading some to wonder if the Wells may know more than they've said. She's a good mother. She loves her children, Don said about his wife. She's not going to allow any situation like that. The biggest mistake she might have made is choosing some wrong friends. Okay. When asked if any of those wrong friends have anything to do with Summer's disappearance, Don said, we don't know. Don said he was limited in what he could discuss about the family and the case. Social services took Summer's 3 brothers from the home shortly after Summer's disappearance, and the Wells have not been able to communicate with them in half a year. I know that was done for their protection, but it is sad. We love our daughter with all our hearts, Don Wells said. We miss her. We will do anything to have her back in that church with us she so loves. Summer's father pleaded guilty to driving under the influence in 2022. Candus also filed an order of protection against him, but then asked for it to be dismissed. That was, I believe, an assault charge. I don't know why this whole thing about pressing charges when somebody is violent. I mean, that's an assault. That person is a danger to their family and to the community. But anyways, that was a side note. Don currently faces criminal charges in 3 states, including a domestic assault arrest in 2020. You know, everybody makes mistakes, Don said. He sat down with News Nation to discuss where Summer's case stands today. These are some photos of Summer. We're doing better, he said. It's still very rough for my wife. Candus hasn't sat down for an interview since an appearance on Dr. Phil in 2021, where she walked out of an interview in tears. During the 2021 interview, she said she felt she was being interrogated again and didn't want to do the interview further. Since Summer's disappearance, Dawn said their life has been consumed by harassment from people online who believe they are responsible for whatever happened to Summer. Before you know it, you're getting a mob going, Dawn said. My wife could go to the store and somebody would scream at her, like baby killer or whatever. He sent News Nation videos from one of his job sites where some people were demanding to speak with him about his missing daughter. He said it got so bad that he had to leave the state. Now the two live in a motel in Arkansas where Dawn was able to find a new job. As for Summer's case, her father said they have a private investigator working with the police. The Hawkins County Sheriff's Office is still working alongside the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, but both agencies declined interviews with our team. Don said he hasn't learned anything new from law enforcement either, but has always said he believes Summer was abducted. Nothing pointing to abduction, nothing pointing to foul play other than her walking outside the house and not being found, Lawson had previously stated. There was also a key tip from a neighbor in 2021. A woman and her teen children told police they heard a scream about an hour before Summer went missing. Wish every day that when I heard that scream, I didn't try to dismiss it, the witness said. But the sheriff said after multiple interviews, the tip led nowhere. One clue police are still looking for is a pickup truck that was seen in the area around the time Summer vanished. Detectives said they are looking for a red or maroon pickup truck with ladders on the back. But Lawson admitted he's not even sure it is connected to the case. Summer's father told News Nation that he still holds on to hope. I do have hope, I have hope in God. He's in control of all things. And so whatever the outcome is, I have hope in God, and one day, either sooner or later, I will be with my daughter again. While the sheriff declined an interview, he emailed a response saying he expects to have an update on the case in the near future. So the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation took over the case because it is assumed that she was abducted if they can't find her. So it says here on June 15, 2021, Summer Wells disappeared, leading to one of the most exhaustive and involved missing child cases we've ever investigated. Though we have no new details to share publicly, rest assured we're continuing to chase every lead in order to find Summer. It says here, Summer Wells remains the subject of an ongoing Amber Alert, thanks to Forensic Artists with Missing Kids, which is the National Center for Missing and Exploited Kids. We have an age progression image that shows what Summer may look like today. So this is the photo that many people shared before, and this is the age progression photo. We're going to get more into this in a minute. And the Tennessee TBI says we won't stop searching for Summer until we have answers. Help us by refraining from sharing speculation posted or discussed by non-official sources and reporting only credible tips or information to 1-800-TBI-FIND. So let's talk about this age progression photo. Very common with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, NCMEC, that they do this, especially if it's been a couple of years since the child has been missing. But I thought this was really interesting. It says, artists with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children created a photo of what Summer Wells is expected to look like as of June 14, 2023, which is yesterday. February 4th marked her 7th birthday. Summer Wells was 5 years old when she was reported missing. But here's what's really interesting to learn, because there's been some, I don't know if you call it criticism, that this doesn't look like a 7-year-old child. I mean, I didn't think it looked like a 7-year-old child either. The director of case management for NCMEC, Lini Kang Sofer, said the creation of a photo like Summer's is a process that requires multiple references. We try to collect as much as possible what's called reference photos. And although ideally these are the photos of the parents at the time or at the age that the child is missing currently, really any family photos, any sibling photos, any parent photos at whatever age is very helpful. Several programs are used to create the images, but she said it's not an exact science and more of an estimation. It's a process that usually takes about 8 hours to complete. Anecdotally, we have had some successes and responses about how similar the features are and how similar the now recovered either child or young adult bears resemblance to the age-progressed photos. I know that we've had some successes, again, anecdotally, even when they were infants, and it sparked some sort of recognition. And just a recent case of Kayla Umbayun, who had an age progression photo on one of Netflix's shows, Unsolved Mysteries. She was found, and she was a teenager. She went missing at 9, and she was found as a teenager. And so that could have helped, So I thought that was really interesting. Now, this is Don Wells. He has the Don Wells Family official YouTube channel. He did a live yesterday. This is a questions with Don and Tim. Here they talk about the age progression photo, and I thought this was really interesting. Let's see if we could take a listen here.
That's good. Everybody definitely is curious. I've had media contacting me. What your thoughts are, Don, about the photograph that the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation released today of possibly what summer looks like now or will look like very close to now?
Yeah, I guess my thought is I'm just glad, happy to see that they're continuing to work on her case and they're not stopping. Because as time goes by, you wonder what they're doing, if they're doing anything, and then when they do stuff like this, it just confirms that they're still working on it. They're doing what they can. So that makes me happy about that for sure. But anyways,
it is interesting after 2 years of the other photographs to see. When I first looked at the photograph myself, I saw Summer, but immediately I saw Candus and her side of the family, and how they did this. They says it can take 8 hours to put these together. It's done by an organization called. We jumped in here before I had my page perfect, and they do so many ads now, Don, it's hard to find anything. It's the child. There it is. It's the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and they have a group of artists that do this, and they do the picture I think it's every 2 years or 3, something like that. So that's who actually did the work, gave it to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, and then they placed it out to the public today.
That's awesome. There's a lot of good things going to happen these past couple of days. That's for sure.
Yes, this whole week. I mean, there would be lots of topics naturally that could be talked about, and others are. We're trying to stay focused on Summer. It was 2 years ago. Today was the last time you really got to play, enjoy. You told the story. Her getting up on the rooftop, and with the boys. And
yes, sir. Yeah.
Do you think the photo looks like Summer that they released today?
No, I mean, not so sure about that, but I don't know. I really don't know. But no, I guess I really can't say, Sam. I kind of have a little bit of a doubt, but I know they've done the best they can do. Not sure. Just not sure.
Okay, that's fine. That actually came from
I'll stop
a media.
there. So there you go. Don Wells isn't quite convinced yet. He says he has some doubts, but I did also see Candus's family. So I saw Summer's mom's family in there. And another thing that was interesting, somebody in one of the comments mentioned that because those pictures are every few years, it's not necessarily what they look like now, although the TBI said it is what they look like, what she would look like now. But you can look at it like over the next few years because those aren't updated often. They're not updated every year. So that's going to be the photo of her for the next few years. And so to me, it looks like a preteen, not necessarily a 7-year-old, but, gives the essence of what she might look like. So anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting. So the Wells family have been pretty active on social media. They've got Twitter account, a YouTube account, a Facebook page. They created this website, Find Summer Wells. And in here, it's a pretty detailed site. So for example, the interview with Don and Tim is here, live 6/14/23. And there's pictures of Summer. Here's the red truck, possible representation of red truck TBI is looking for. There's the new flyer available. So this is the latest flyer. Date missing June 15, 2021. Date of birth February 4th, 2016. And age of disappearance 5 and current age. Above all, please pray. And let's see what else we have in here. There's pictures, there's a blog, basically that's kind of like all the latest stuff that's happening. Summer Wells 2-year tribute. Let's see if we can watch this. Oh, so this is when in that live from Tim, it said that they were still accepting tributes. So I guess this must be some type of a tribute video. And I'm just gonna share a couple of like a minute of this, and then I'm gonna post link to the YouTube channel, and you can watch it on your own.
I look up to the mountains.
But every time she come in, she just run up and give me a big hug. Lots and lots of hugs and lots of love.
My strength comes from God.
She just loved to run around and love on everybody. She was just a very loving child.
We pray that the whole world is praying right now for Summer's wedding.
Why her?
Daughter is who knows where.
The pressure has been immense on the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office to figure out what happened to a little girl reported missing back in June. Summer Wells was reported missing.
We start tonight with new information in the search for Summer Wells.
After almost 1,100 tips, still no sign from her.
As crews are using any resources necessary to find her. She actually liked to once we start a search, we continue going. He's out here somewhere. And an Amber Alert remains active for Summer Wells.
These folks hope keeping her name out there will eventually lead to a great deal.
All that I want is she's out here somewhere at the home.
Community of people from different places, all waiting for the day when some answers come from this case.
Professional search experts will be in Hawkins County today, revitalizing the search for 5-year-old Summer Wells.
So we try to hand out flyers to try to make awareness.
We just try to do everything we possibly can. We treat each missing person because they are our family.
Oh, that's beautiful. So it says it's 51 minutes, so you can watch the rest of that. And then there was another one that was really good. I wanted to just share that as well. Let's see if I can find it. Family video, is this it? I'm also just going to share about a minute of this, and then you can watch the whole thing on your own.
Your story, intertwined with our collective consciousness. Every update, every news report, every shared memory of you fuels our hope for your safe return. In the heartland of Tennessee, where summer's name is whispered through the valleys, where the memory of her laughter haunts the verdant hills, there's a silence too profound, too aching. It's the space where Summer Wells should be, echoing with the absence of her joy. Summer, I've followed your story, traced the lines of your life etched against the Appalachian sky. I've seen the swing in your garden, silent and still, awaiting your return. For the song of its creaking to join the symphony of home again. That swing is more than wood and rope. It's where the sun caught the glint in your eyes as you soared, where you touched the freedom of the Tennessee skies, where your laughter rang out, a melody now etched into the ether of your home. I've seen photographs of your adventures by the water's edge, your small hands casting lines into the depths with childlike anticipation. The surface of the lake, a mirror reflecting your joy, your hope, your limitless horizon. The fish may bite, or they may not, but it was the act of fishing, of sharing that moment with nature, that sparked your delight. So here, in this space of longing and love, your story is held. It is nurtured, tended to, like the garden you once played in. Summer, you are cherished. You are missed. You are sought. The beauty of your home state waits for your return.
So that was, I believe it's A.F. Pennington, and I believe that she is a documentarian that created this. So you can check that out as well on their page. So that's the latest on Summer Wells' disappearance 2 years ago to the day. And it's sad and unfortunate. There aren't any clues and no leads. So it looks like a lot was done as far as searching and all that, and no leads related to her disappearance. But the age progression photo that was made shows that that they're still working on it, that it's still something important, and they're present to it. And, you know, like the flyers can usually say, above all else, please pray. So let's pray for Summer Wells, that there are answers, that there is justice, that no matter what happens, or what happened to her, that she is, that they're able to find answers and able to bring her home to her family. And with that, I'll leave here with a little tribute of my own, and hope that you enjoy. And if you liked my coverage today, I'd appreciate if you like this video, and please subscribe to my channel if you want more true crime coverage from an empowering angle, so that we can be the voice for the voiceless. And with that, stay safe, stay thriving, follow your intuition, and always keep it empowering. Bye for now.